So this is the water gong and the Victorian tin bath rig. You might remember this. This is a really good representation of how sound waves travel in water. You might remember that when we hit the gong gently, the water just rippled, but when we hit it hard, the water splashed everywhere. You probably remember that bit because it was quite fun. So this is a really good visual representation of how sound waves travel. Now, sound waves are in the air all around us all the time. In fact, they're coming out of my mouth right now towards the camera, towards you, but you can't see them, which is why we use water to try and show this. You might also remember the tin bath. We wound up a music box, didn't really hear very loudly, and then put the music box against the bath and put our ear to it, and it suddenly became a lot louder, and that's because metal amplifies and conducts sound. It's really very clever. So next time you're in your bath playing with your little toy ducks, have a play around with the water and with the metal. Try putting your head underwater and tapping the side of the bath, and you might be very surprised by what you hear. But you never knew bath time could be so much fun.
So this is the rhythm rig, and if you remember from our workshops, we spent a lot of time making some fun rhythms together using the different instruments that you can see. We also asked you to name some of those instruments. I wonder if you got them right. We have drums on the ends. We have tambourines, and one on the other end too. We have a metal wind chime and a wooden wind chime. We have something called a guiro, which we've made out of a metal rod. But actually, the real instrument looks a bit more like this. We've also got a guiro that we've made out of springs and some clave made out of 2 rolling pins. Maybe, with your parents' permission, you can go into your own kitchen and see what instruments you can make up. Okay, so this is our bucket rig. And if you remember from the workshops, we had fun telling each other secrets about ourselves and also using the little booklets to tell each other facts about sound. The great thing about the bucket rig is it's based on the string telephone concept. But instead of using an old tin can and string, we're using metal buckets and metal rod. And the fantastic thing about using metal is it's a brilliant conductor of sound waves. Becky, should we have a go?
Yes!
Let's put our heads up inside.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Amy is a noddlehead.
Amy's a noddlehead?
Yes.
Hello and welcome to the Bells Rig. This is designed after a visit to the Whitechapel Bell Foundry in East London. The foundry was founded over 500 years ago, which makes it one of Britain's oldest manufacturing businesses. And what do they make? You've guessed it, bells. In fact, they made one of the most famous bells in the world, Big Ben. So, these ones, not quite as big as Big Ben, are designed for children, which is why they're numbered and coloured. We've drilled holes in them to enable you guys to play them, but you can quite easily just play them with your hands like this. You might remember that we played some tunes on them. This is what they sound like. Happy bell ringing!